Here is a demonstration about how to create runways on your computer. So at the very beginning, we need to set up the units, and the command we use is units. Type it in command line and press enter. Then change the insertion scale to fit. Press OK. And next thing we need to check is the O snap or the option snap. And the command we use is all snap. This means if we click the endpoint and the midpoint, then we can choose exactly where the endpoint and the midpoint is on the line. So that's very convenient. Press OK. And the next thing we need to do is create two different layers so that we can draft runway boundary and runway center lines on their own layers and manage the line properties very conveniently. So the command we use is layer. We can tap it and open the layer properties manager. We can click on the mouse left button to create new layers. Name it as runway boundary and create another one named as runway centerline. Next thing we need to do is change the line properties for the runway centerline layer. So click on the color here and change it to yellow, and then change the line types. Click the line types here. Now it's continue, but we need to change it to dashed line. You may not find the dashed line here, but you can load it. Press load and then find it here and press OK. Then you can find it in the loaded line tabs. Select it and then press OK. So we can see the line tab here change to dashed line. Okay, now we can start to drafting our runway system. The first thing we need to do is switch to runway boundary layer and use the line as a command to begin our draft. And it says specify first point. I choose 0, 0 as the first point, and then it says specify next point. Usually, we can enter another point, but also we can enter the distance of this line. So for this runway, the distance or length is 11,200 feet. Enter this distance and press enter. And now please do not press the enter again, because if you press enter again, then we just finish this line. So another way is that we can keep draft our line by enter another distance. So the width of the runway is 150 and 50 feet. Enter this distance, press enter. Then we can see we continue draft another line here. Then enter another 11,200 feet and also put your cursor at the left hand of this point. The last thing is close this runway. Put your cursor close to the very first point. So now you can see here is a square here, and then close it. So to create another runway, we can use the command offset. The offset means you copy this line and shift it with the distance. So tap offset, press enter, then it says specify offset distance. Because the separation between these two runways is 4,700, so this distance should be 4,700. Press enter and then select object. We select one boundary and put your curve on the top, then click it. We can offset this line. Click another boundary and put your cursor also on the top side. Click again. Press enter to finish it. Press tap line to draft the end of this runway. However, because the second parallel runway is just 10,100 feet, so this runway is a little bit longer, then we can offset one of these runway end and give the distance as 1,100. And now we need to put this line end to this point. A very convenient way is just click on this line and then click this endpoint, push it to this runway end. Similar, click the runway, press it, push it, press enter, and then delete the old runway end. The next thing we need to do is draw the vertical runway. So randomly select one point as the start point and then give the runway length, which is 7,500. Press enter and then 150. Press enter as a width and another 7,500 and close it. Next thing we need to do is trim. So the command we use is trim, and then it said select objects. So we can use the green box to select all the objects to trim. Press enter, and then trim or delete the lines we do not need anymore. Press enter. The last thing we need to do is draw the center line. So we need to switch to runway center line. And then we need to find each midpoint of each runway end. So tap line to begin and put your cursor close to the midpoint of the end line. Click it. You can see the triangle there. Click it and once again close to the midpoint to another runway end. Here is the triangle. Click it and press enter to finish it. Repeat it. So close to the midpoint, another midpoint, press enter and repeat again. Press enter. Okay, here is our first draft of the runway.